Hello, this is Amy with One Mommy Scrapping, and I am here with a review of Shimelle's newest line, Sparkle City, which came out in March of 2019. And I'm going to split this up like I did with the Head in the Clouds review and do one section just on the paper, and then the second one will be on the embellishments. So I wanted to start off with this beautiful vellum. I have put a sheet of black cardstock behind it so you can see it a little better. This is very pretty. I almost did not get this because I wasn't sure how well I would be able to use the signs, but now that I have it, I think this would be very good in small sections, and also you could easily cut out some of these to use. You can see it over the white here as well. It's a very vibrant color, so quite worth it. And then we get into the paper, and her first paper is this cut apart sheet, which I quite like. These are the kinds of things that I like in the smaller 6x6 size, which she does not have a 6x6 pad with this one. She just has the 6x8 journaling pad, but these I love when they're smaller. This back side is quite pretty. Reminds me of a quilt. Oh, and I forgot to say what that was called. That one's Stay Super. This one is Fresh Flowers. This one reminds me of Mary Poppins for some reason. I have a purse that kind of goes along with some of these types of flowery looking things. And then you have a navy with a purple stripe. Now the purples on here, she's got two different tones of purple. She's got a very red purple and a very blue one. The blue tone purple is what I like best, and that's what they use on the back with these stripes with the navy. This one is Non-Stop Snapshot. And I know in her paper pad, which I did not get the paper pad, these cameras have little, I don't know if they're holographic or iridescent camera lenses, but I like it just fine like this. It's Shimelle, so she's got to have a camera in there. And the back is gorgeous. I love the change from the navy to the blue tone purple to the pink red tone purple, with the kind of like a dry brush technique. This is something how I like my words. I like my words smaller and closer together because then it makes it so easy to use them as a background element. It makes them easy, say if you wanted to just use it as a border. You don't know what the word says. They're just like little squiggles at that point. So it's quite pretty with the color palette on the navy background. And the back, I really like this. It kind of makes my eyes a little crazy when I'm actually looking at it, like in person, because these darker aqua diamonds are actually striped. So it's really an interesting way to do that little checkerboard. There's another one with that flower motif, this time with the apartment buildings. This one's Spring in the City. And this one's called It's Wonderful. I didn't say that. Sorry about that. This side I will need more of. I only got one of each paper in this collection this time instead of the multiples like I did with Head in the Clouds. And I regret that decision. I'm already making a list of what I want more of. And this side is one. I like the different shadow. And this line right here is a shadow for my cord. I'm sorry about that. But let's see if I can adjust this light slightly. Well, makes it slightly better. All right, but it's got the different color tones, like paint values. Time to Party. I love this. This to me screams Disney, and I have a photo of my daughter that I'm planning on scrapbooking specifically with this paper because I just love it so much. The other side, I will need a couple sheets of this. It's just a nice navy with a confetti on it. There's not the purple or the pink in the confetti, which makes it more usable, I think, for some of what we, the more masculine type pages, with the boys and stuff, because you don't have those tones to work with and you don't have to worry about hiding them. Fireworks page, again, this to me, I could see Cinderella's castle on here with the fireworks. We went and saw the fireworks on my birthday at the castle, and I have so many photos that I'd love to put, and this paper would be perfect. This side I want an entire pack of, though. Like, give me a 25 pack. This is amazing. And I love that it's 3 different tones, so you could actually cut up smaller pieces and use them as journaling cards and get an even more perfect match. Tell you what that one was called? Sparkle City. That one's actually called, oh no, Sparkly Sky. This one's Sparkly Sky. This one's Grab and Go. This side confuses me. I will be completely honest. The motifs are too far apart for me to really use for matting. And every time I see it, I'm thinking I'm running through the drive-thru some night for dinner. This side, on the other hand, is this beautiful pale yellow with white. They look like they're dots, but they're not round. They're actually like little square dots, which I think is unique. It's just a little bit different. I like that. And then we've got the cloud one. These clouds are very different looking. They remind me of something, and I don't know what. But they're like little sparkly stars. I like it. And then you get that same yellow tone again, but this time with stripes. You've got tiny little, these are actually round dots, and then you've got alternated diamonds and round dots. Teacups. Oh, I didn't tell you what that one was called. Stargazing. This one's clean cup. She likes to put her coffee cups or teacups in there. And I have some ideas for this page. This one reminds me of a very wintry page for some reason. And then the black and white stripes on the back. This is like, it makes my eyes go funny. But I know when she had introduced it, she talked about using it in like, you could do small strips like that, which is probably how I would end up using it if I used that side. 3x4 cut apart Dream Big. This is another one that I wish I could get in the 6x6 size, because all of these cards, it's just a little tinier thing, would be so great for tucking in. Here's that same cloud pattern, but now just all over the page. This would be good for a water page. Rainy Day. Did I tell you what that one was called? This one's Dream Big. I think I said that. This one's a Rainy Day. And you've got that lovely blue toned purple again. And just lots of parasols, little umbrellas. Reminds me of Mary Poppins. And then the back side, I want some more of this, because this, I think, would be usable across quite a few of her collections. I could see this working well with Little by Little also. Here's Tour Guide. And this I have mixed feelings about. Like, I really like it. I just don't know how I'd use it. And so that's what I'm trying to come up with. This side, on the other hand, I would love a couple of these. Again, you get the changes in the color, so it's not like just a flat pink tone. You've got some darker areas and lighter areas, which adds some visual interest. Life is Sweet with, can't remember what they call this. Candy floss? Fairy floss? I don't know. But cotton candy if you're in the US. I like this one. I don't know if I'd use this side though. Again, they're big enough that it would make it harder for me to use for how I like it. But this side, again, I want some more of this. I love the pink and the way that they did the dots getting bigger and smaller. It looks like it's woven almost. This one is Postcards Home. And this side is so lovely. It's got the pink and the dark teal with the navy, and the other side is all postcards. Now, I think the side with the name on it is considered the A side. This seems more A side to me though. I don't know if I would use these. These might be nice to cut up in a small, just to tuck in some places. But the fact that they all say Sparkle City, I don't know how often I would use those words in a series of layouts. Here you have Traffic Jam with a whole bunch of different cars in all different colors. This side I love. Oh my goodness. I don't know why. It's very busy, but I think because it's got the plain white background and it's got all the colors, but they're all just outlines, so it's a lot of fun. First time when I looked at this page, I immediately thought I should do a layout of my students on this, because sometimes it's like everybody's going in all these different directions. That would be fun to do. It'd also be fun to take like a photo of my daughter when she was little in the playground and use that with this, because again, she's running all over the place and doesn't know what to go to next. And that one I told you was Traffic Jam. This one is called Our House. I like this side, but again, I don't know how I'd use it. This would definitely be something I would trim down into a smaller piece. Don't think I'd use this as an entire background piece unless I did like some gesso on top of it. The reverse side is one of my favorite papers in the collection, and I don't know why, but I just love this bright, cool toned red and pink wall. I think that is so cool. Then you have Fairy Lights, and I know in the paper pads, some of these, I think the white ones are the ones with the treatment finish on it, whether it's holographic or iridescent. I don't know. This side, I love this side too. I'm going to need some more of this, probably a couple more, so I can use both sides multiple times. Another cut apart sheet called A Perfect Day. And these are the size I like my cut aparts. So that's great for this, but for the other ones, I wish that they were smaller. So That's all right. This side is the same motifs as the, where is it? The one that I said I don't know how I'd use it. No, of course, oh, here we are. Same as this. You've got your burgers, your fries, your Chinese takeout, your coffee cups, your cup of soda, your soda cans, all of that. But this time they're a lot closer together, and the fact that it's all just white with the red outlines would make this very usable for me. I will still probably use this side more. Lovely polka dot pansy. I just love the flowers in this. This is so nice. The reverse side, I want a lot of. This would look so good with, I just forgot the name of the collection. Oh, it's my favorite one too. And I completely blanked on it. Oh goodness, that's gonna drive me crazy. Starshine. This will go so well with Starshine, I think. But I would like a couple more of this. Here is that same specialty paper, but this time as the actual print. And this is slightly bigger than, because when I saw this, I was like, ooh, I could cut some of these out and layer them on top. So if I look at my dream here, it works, but everything's slightly off. Like I couldn't do that with a lot of different, it's just slightly off. So that will work here and there. But this and getting it, I think would be easy to do some of the pictures I have from a trip to Las Vegas that I took. This side, oh my gosh, guys, this just like, I love it. Stars, it's purple, just, it speaks to me. I love it like they're dripping down. I have no clue what I want to use, what picture I want to use on this, but I can't wait to figure out which picture because it's gonna, I got ideas already. All right, we're almost done. This one is, oh, did I tell you that one? That one's called Shine All Day. I don't know if I told you the other one was called. Oh, yes, I did. Polka Dot Pansy. This one's Here to There. And it's got pink with the purple underneath it and then purple with the pink underneath it. I think that's purple, yeah, on the navy. So it's hard to see that there are actual, now you can kind of see it. The dots are kind of like layered dots. The reverse side, I really like this. Reminds me of like a subway map. Excuse me. Then we have Painted Ladies. And you have those same kind of swirly clouds. And this is the one she talks about a lot, this one green toned paper. And in getting it, it reminds me a lot of the Bella Boulevard paper, their color Pickle. So I think I'd be able to pull in some Bella Boulevard stuff really easily to have this same type of green tone to bring out some of the other greens and smaller bits and pieces. But this is quite a usable page. I will need more of that. And then our final page is called Mountain View. And it looks like mountains. It looks like little Christmas trees to me. Like I could put little like stems, not stems, trunks on there. And the reverse side is this lovely aqua turquoise. I don't know what you'd want to call it. But then it has the light blue, like almost like a star pattern. They're not like squares, which is what it looks like when it's further back. At least it does to me in my bad eyes. So those are all of the 12 by 12 sheets. Let me set those aside. And then I'm going to pull out the journaling pad. Excuse me. This is a little different than her previous journaling pads because this is a mix of journaling pads and then smaller scaled down versions of some of the paper, which was a nice thing to see. So these are 6 by 8. It's got a perforation that you can tear it on. And a lot of these it'd be easy to cut up and to use, which is how I've used her journaling pages in the past. Like something like this, I could cut up a rectangle or I could do a small rectangle here, which makes it a little easier. I really like this. I would love to see this kind of thing in a 12 by 12 sheet, maybe with a smaller cloud, but all over. I think that would be pretty. Here are those glasses of soda, which I say they're soda specifically because of all the bubbles. These will be fun just to get a circle punch out and use with those. These could be easily cut out. I struggle a little bit with things that are on like that diagonal, but this still I think would be very usable. You can easily ignore the lines. But it says let the sun shine in. Here's the city with the Ferris wheel. You have a Venn diagram. This is one, I don't know if I'd use it as a Venn diagram per se in my layout, but again, you can easily cut. And then with all of these, I don't know if I necessarily fussy cut them, but you could still cut them so you could use them to tuck behind as a smaller scale flower. This reminds me of writing paper I give my students sometimes. Here we go. So this is that very first page that I showed you. I said I'd like this in a smaller scale, and here it is. Now, unfortunately, because it's 6 by 8 and not 6 by 6, you can't scale it down and have everything still be on there. So they've cut off some of these things, but still included quite a bit. So like this one, they turned sideways here and you got rid of Lovely Day, which is fine. So you've got a lot of smaller scale things that are so usable, and this is what made me really happy with this paper pad. You've got just rainbow stripes, easy to cut. This one would be great to cut across so that you can do something with both of those. You've got the cotton candy. You've got this, instead of being the pink and teal, it's the purple and teal on the blue background. You've got, now, I'm going to see this as like a wanted poster type thing pasted on the brick wall. Here's the balloon paper in a smaller scale, which is nice to see. You've got a yellow journaling sheet. You've got the blue radial journaling. This one, there was the blue paper with the purple lines. Now you've got it in just tone-on-tone pink. Here's the Painted Ladies one. This one seems to focus more on the clouds, like size-wise. And I got my favorite one in the smaller size. That's what makes me happy, because that means now I can cut these up and I could use this as like small touches on some papers, on some layouts, instead of having to waste an entire 12 by 12 sheet. You've got your cameras down the side. This would be fun to do just like straight across as a journaling block. Here's that subway paper, but with all pink with the purple speech bubble. Here's your tone-on-tone dots. Here's another map print, and again, so very usable to be able to cut out smaller pieces. And some of these, like, I might want to cut out this piece and include this building, but I could easily put an embellishment over that. Here's those Mary Poppins flowers that I liked. You've got all these little journaling boxes, and this would be fun. You could easily fussy cut these and include the tail of the arrow in there, or just cut that off and just use it as just like something that's just on there. You have the floral with the yellow, that buttery light yellow journaling. Here's your days of the week. This is what makes me think it was originally supposed to be geared towards planners. This one's just very basic. I like that. But you've got your pink and your purples in there. Here's that large 12 by 12 sheet, now scaled down a bit. I wish we had this. This is a lovely grid. We have this looks like the dry brush, and we have it with the dark blue, the blue purple, and then the red toned purple. But this has a grid on top. I really wish this was a 12 by 12. This is so you could use this as then and now, pros and cons, before and after, or just cut it up and use it however you would wish as just smaller squares. You've got your fairy lights, and then our final page is Dream Big, which this would be nice to cut out just as a nice embellishment cluster, because it's smaller and, hold on, it's not on black, so it would give a nice little different type of tone you could use. So those are the papers for Shimelle's Sparkle City by American Crafts, which is in stores now. And so let me know, what was your favorite papers that you like? What did you like? What didn't you like? And stay tuned, because I will also have the embellishment review coming up soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.